Michael Lee Chin is a Jamaican-Canadian billionaire businessman and philanthropist and the chairman and CEO of Portland Holdings Inc., a privately held investment company in Ontario, Canada. Both his parents were biracial African and Chinese-Jamaican. According to Forbes, as of June 2022 he is worth US $1.8 billion. Michael Lee Chin made a fortune investing in financial companies like National Commercial Bank Jamaica and AIC Limited. The native of Jamaica acquired AIC in 1987, when it had less than $1 million in assets under management. Under Lee Chin, the Canada-based wealth management and mutual fund business managed more than $10 billion in assets by 2002. But the firm was hit hard by the 2008 recession, and Lee Chin sold AIC to Canadian financial services group Manulife in 2009 for an undisclosed price. He managed to hold on to a valuable 60% stake in National Commercial Bank Jamaica, which now makes up the majority of his wealth.
That myself and say, how the hell did I get here?
Yeah.
I got here by, right?
And
so I know, lock it in.
yeah.
Right? And I just look at myself, look at other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a process, right? And thank you for getting that thought out. The process starts with you observe, whether it's yourself or others. Secondly, you create a hypothesis, right? From your observations. Thirdly, you stress test your hypothesis. Fourthly, what if the stress test proves your hypothesis to be true, you codify it. And then lastly, you hardwire it so it becomes who you are. So I'm a hunter for inefficiencies. I'm a hunter for situations where there's perception versus reality. I'm a hunter for situations where there's a lack of capital. That's the hardwiring aspect of it.
Before we watch on, please subscribe and leave me a comment that you have subscribed. Let me know what you think and what you would like to find out more about investment. Lee Chin has a very humble beginning and is a classic rags to riches story. He has come along from Port Antonio, Jamaica. His mother sold Avon products and worked as a bookkeeper, while his stepfather ran a local grocery store. Lee Chin bounced between jobs at a cruise line and aluminum bauxite plant, until he applied to universities in Canada. He set off for McMaster University in Hamilton, Ontario, to study civil engineering with $2,000 in his pocket, enough for the first year, and no plans on how to pay for the rest of it. But Lee Chin is a man of action. Most people make decisions and act on their decisions based on ready, aim, and aim, and aim, and nothing, Lee Chin said in an interview. What I do is I ready, aim, and if I'm in the vicinity, I fire. He tried to save money for school by working as a bouncer, but he still found himself coming up short. So, I did what any university student would do, he said. I wrote the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Seriously. Lee Chin said he wrote, Mr. Prime Minister, you cannot reap what you do not sow. Then Prime Minister Hugh Shearer was impressed enough to grant Lee Chin a $15,000 scholarship. Lee Chin got his degree, and then applied to 100 jobs in engineering, receiving 100 rejections. That was a low point in my life, he said, because when you're not working, and you're trying to get a job, and you get rejected, it kills your self-esteem. He switched careers and became a mutual fund salesman. And as we know it, the rest is history. He became industry best. Lee Chin's 3 keys to success. Secure access, most often through education. Develop and stick to a sound, intellectual framework that is absolute, not relative. Control your emotions. Be disciplined. To succeed, Lee Chin developed an intellectual framework to spot opportunity that is absolute, not relative. Lee Chin's explained that there are 3 criteria for a great investment. Each of them is like a gear to the whole system for success of that opportunity. The criteria are: Number 1, the negative perception differs from the reality. Number 2, there are inefficiencies to correct. Number 3, there is a lack of pre-existing capital and investment. Missing any one of these criteria, it will not work. As Lichin's wealth increased, so too did his desire to give back. He sees there is a great opportunity in Jamaican agriculture sector. Besides being just another big opportunity, he sees it as an impact project to improve Jamaican income. Agriculture, when also accounting for agro-based manufacturing, accounts for 15% of Jamaica's GDP. However, agriculture in the country is seen as a higher risk than trade or other industries, mostly due to a lack of funding or access to capital for farmers in the country. Traditional financing institutions in the country are still using antiquated risk assessment formulas, and together with complicated red tape, requirements for collateral that most of Jamaica's farmers cannot meet, market volatility, and agriculture being a highly cash-based business where receivables are often significantly delayed. Forbes said that less than 2% of the country's lending portfolio is deployed in the agricultural sector, and fewer than 10% of the country's farmers have access to credit lines. In the past, Lichin has been vocal about the state of Jamaica's agricultural sector, saying in 2015, "Then I thought, Jamaica is known for the best coffee and ginger, our cocoa is also eminent in the world. How about Sea Island cotton, isn't Jamaica's cotton eminent in the world? Yet still all of these areas of agriculture production have gone south, isn't that crazy? Shame on us." A few years later, in 2018, Lichin donated $60 million to Jamaica's smallholder coffee farmers to help boost the industry after a protracted decline spanning 25 years. As prices dropped to $4,000 per box, Lichin noted that the country's farmers lost their ability to effectively sway the market. "We used to produce 700,000 boxes of Blue Mountain coffee. We are targeting 230,000 or 240,000 right now. That's a pretty sharp decline," he said. Are you ready to spot the next great investment opportunity? Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and leave me a comment that you have subscribed. Let me know what you think and what you would like to find out more about investment. Or what kind of video you would like to see from Namus TV. See you again.